I'm Stephanie Higley, your Usborne Books and More consultant. Thank you for joining us for this fun Facebook party. I'm so excited to show you some of my bestsellers, some of my personal favorites, and then help you to choose some titles for your readers. I'm going to start by showing you some of our activities, move on to our nonfiction books, take a look at our reference and homework helpers, and then we'll look at our chapter and picture books. Let's get started. The first items I'm going to show you are our Wipe Clean travel cards. We've got our 50 travel games and activities, and then right here I have 100 things for little children to do on a trip. So these are great for road trips. They're also great for planes, but they're really good for cranky kids in the car. They're really great for doctor's office, waiting in the doctor's office. And what's neat is that each card has a fun illustration and activity on the front and the back of it. You can go ahead and hole punch these and then put them on a metal ring. That way they're really easy to access and keep track of. These are our Wipe Clean cards, and they work with any dry erase marker. The next thing I'm going to show you are some of our noisy books. These are really popular, especially with little ones. There are several to choose from on my site. This one right here is Baby's very first book of noisy trains. And so it's got really colorful pictures, things that catch a little one's attention. And then, as you're telling the story, they can push the buttons and hear the sounds, and it helps to really engage the reader. Right here I have Baby's very first big playbook. And so this kind of takes a regular noisy book and kicks it up a notch because it's got the noises, but it also has different flaps to lift up, take a peek inside, and so there's even more to show in this book. Those are our noisy books. Next I've got a book entitled There's a Mouse About the House. This one's really cute. It's got this little mouse guy in here, and he can explore through the story and follow along these lines on each page. But what children don't realize when they're reading this book is that they're actually learning valuable skills of following a line. And so that's going to help them with reading, going from left to right. It's also going to help them with practicing when they learn to practice tracing and writing. So this is a really fun book for little kids and pre-readers. Here is 100 Paper Planes to Fold and Fly. I love this one. When you open it up, it shows you how to make 4 different kinds of paper airplanes. And then the subsequent pages have really fun patterned paper where they can make those different airplanes. They can make 100 different planes with this. So this is a fun activity book, but you can get really creative with it. You could put these in lunch boxes, put little notes in lunch boxes. You could make Valentines with these. So this is 100 Paper Planes to Fold and Fly. Here's 1001 Bugs to Spot. This book is crawling with bugs that you can count and find. It's got all kinds of neat pictures in it. And so every page will keep a kid occupied for quite a while. This is one of our 1001 Things to Spot books. Usborne has several different sticker books that you can choose from. I have just a few here. This one's a picture atlas of the world. I've got space, and then my little girl loves this one, Sticker Dolly Dressing with Princesses. The cool thing about these books is that the stickers are reusable, so you can peel them up and reapply them a few times, and they last for a while. These will keep kids occupied. Every kid loves sticker books. They make great gifts. If you have a little artist on your hands, then you'll definitely want to get the Usborne book of drawing, doodling, and coloring. This is really fun. It's got so much to do in it. Every page has different things to doodle, draw, add to, color. The pages are pretty thick, so they'll stand up against, colored pencils, crayons, but also ink and markers. So this is really fun for kids of many ages. I even know some adults that enjoy doodling in this book. The next book I'm going to show you is one of our Shine-A-Light books. It looks like just a regular picture book. When you open it up, It'll tell a story. It's got colorful pictures on it, but if you shine a flashlight behind one of these pages, it'll reveal even more on the pages, even more images. So there's so much more to be seen once you have a flashlight. If you pair this up with a cute flashlight, it makes the perfect birthday gift. This is a great one. Secrets of the Seashore, Shine a Light. Now we're going to move on. Oh, before we move on, I want to show you one of my favorites for activity books. This is a wind-up book. We have several different kinds of wind-up books available. This one's the tractor. There's also a train, helicopter, airplane. Really thick, heavy, durable, sturdy book, so it can stand up against kids who might love them a little bit too much. Comes with a little vehicle. This is a wind-up tractor. When you wind it up, it'll follow the tracks on the page. Each page also tells a story so that they can read while they're playing. And it makes it really fun for kids. This is great for ages 3 and up, but even younger than that, they really enjoy it. You just have to help them wind it up a little bit. Also, in this book, you'll find that some of these pages contain pop-ups, so you can pop these little figures out of it. They'll stand up on the pages with the tracks, and then they pop back into place after. So, this is one of our wind-up books. It makes a really great gift. Now we're going to move on to nonfiction. Here's a book about the solar system. If you've got a space nut on your hands, pairs great with the solar system sticker book that I just showed you. It's nonfiction, so it's teaching them facts. It's got great pictures and images so they can help to visualize these things in outer space. And this is just a really, really fun book. Here's one on special forces. It talks about our most elite forces, some of the training that they go through. Takes you through the jargon and the lingo a little bit. And it's also got pictures with different captions throughout the book, so there's lots to read in this one, Special Forces. Next, I'm going to show you one of our Lift to Flat books. There are dozens of these to choose from on the page on our website also. This one is all about animals. So it's fun because it gets young readers interested in nonfiction early on. So these Lift to Flat books, every page contains different facts, different snippets, and then you can lift the flap and take a look at more facts behind them. So it's not just a picture behind the flaps, you've also got more things to learn. So this is a Lift to Flat book with animals. This is great to pair with, or to bring along with a zoo trip. It helps to apply some learning to the fun that's involved too. This is one of our See Inside books, See Inside How Things Work. So it's another flat book where you can take a peek inside. It's got talks about pulleys and levers and machines. If you have one of those kids who wonders how everything works, how a toilet flushes, what's going on inside of a light bulb, anything like that, then the How Things Work book would be perfect for them. So those were some of our nonfiction. Now I'm going to show you some homework help and reference books. Right here I've got a couple of illustrated dictionaries. The first one is the Illustrated Dictionary of Math. This is great because it really breaks down some of the concepts in math. It's got over 300 useful illustrations and diagrams, 500 definitions about the key terms and concepts. So it really helps to explain things for students who are trying to understand these mathematical concepts. It's got lots of illustrations, as you can see inside, and then examples of how to complete math problems. So this is really great to have alongside, available for homework help. We've got geometry, a little bit of everything in this math book. This illustrated dictionary is just our general illustrated dictionary, but it's colorful, it's a good reference guide, and so it's going to help students when they're working on writing, reading, any of those projects. It's a good thing, kind of a staple to have in your household for homework help. And then the last one I'm going to show you for reference books and homework help is a Wipe Clean book. This could probably be considered an activity book too. We have the alphabet, letters, numbers, math, mazes, puzzles, all kinds of Wipe Clean books available. And this alphabet one is great. It's colorful, it's fun. Kids enjoy it, but they're learning while they're doing the activity book. So it's dry erase, and then you wipe it clean. Each page has the letter and then images that start with that letter. So it helps them to start to understand phonemes a little bit. That's a wipe clean book. Lastly, I'm going to show you some of our chapter books and picture books. So I've got a couple of young adult books here. The first one is called The Last 13. It's 13 books in one, 13 Nightmares, 1 Destiny. So this is one definitely worth checking out if you've got a reluctant reader, a young adult, or teen reader. This one is the Black Ops. It's part of our Conspiracy 365 series. So I love this series. It's about a kid named Cal who finds out that his dad dies. And someone comes and tells him, your dad was killed, you're next, you've got 365 days to survive. And so he's got to stay alive for these 365 days, and it takes you through Cal's year. And there's 12 books, one for each month, and it's just a really great series for teens and young adults. For beginning readers, I have a couple of phonics readers. There are lots to choose from on this site, but right now I've got to show you Llamas in Pajamas. It's so fun, so silly. Kids love this one. And then Cow Takes a Bow. So at their most basic level, this is just a fun, goofy book to read. And kids love listening to it. It's got the rhyme, and it's got good rhythm in it. But once they start to develop their own reading skills, like sound blending, this is perfect to teach them that. And they can learn to read it by themselves. They can learn to read it with you. It's a really great phonics book. You can buy these individually like this, or you could check out one of our collective readers like Ted and Friends. This is great because it's such a good value. You're getting 12 books in one, along with a CD. So again, kids can read with you, they can read with the CD, or as they start to develop some confidence in reading, they can read this independently. So there's 12 books in one. It's also got flaps to open up. This is one of our great phonics books, Ted and Friends. For your little readers, I'm going to show you a few picture books. This one is Books for Babies. Babies love looking at faces. They love to see different expressions. And so this is a great book that is sure to have any baby smiling. These are my favorite. Both of my daughters love these, the That's Not My books. There's so many to choose from. This one is That's Not My Elephant, and then we've got That's Not My Bunny. They're colorful, they're short and sweet. My 3-year-old used to memorize her That's Not My Kitty book and would love to say it. It would calm her down if she was cranky. So we love the That's Not My books. But the best thing about these is that every page has something different to feel, so that kids at this age are very tactile learners. This is going to help them explore a little bit and really interact with the book. So these are the touchy-feely books for your little ones. And those are just some of our titles. Usborne has over 1,800 different titles to choose from, so check out the website. Check out some of the things I'm going to be posting tonight. I'm going to meet you back on the Facebook page so I can answer some of your questions.